and today we're going to cover a couple exercises for back. Back is one of my favorite things to work. It, helps bring the whole body together. It's essential for keeping our shoulders strong, keeping the whole posterior chain strong. It helps to, create the illusion of a smaller waist. So here's some of my favorite things. Inverted row is a great exercise to build the strength necessary to do pull-ups. So you can use a Smith machine safely. You could also use a squat rack with the safety bars. And for the inverted row, it's a body weight exercise, so you're pulling your own weight. With that, we want to just honestly do as many as we can and then drop the bar down and make it a little more challenging so that we're progressing and we're continuing to build that strength that we need in order to be able to do a pull-up. So we're going to start with the inverted row.
So this is an inverted row, which is a really great substitute for a pull-up. So you can use a Smith machine or you can use a bar that's racked. You want to start out directly underneath the bar. Maybe test out and make sure that you can pull yourself up towards the bar and that bar is going to hit about the center of the chest. You're going to walk your legs out. The straighter your legs and the further away your legs are, the harder it is. The closer to the floor that you have that bar, the harder that it's going to be. So if you start and it's pretty hard, go ahead and raise the bar and work on building the strength. So it's an overhand grip, just like a pull-up. And then you're pulling your body weight up towards the bar, just like you would pull yourself up in a pull-up. So the inhale's at the bottom and the exhale's as you come back up.
So we're going to start off with the kneeling cable row. That is one of my favorite exercises for building thickness in the back. So with the kneeling cable row, you want to make sure that your body is staying really, really stable. So I have found that wearing shoes that have good traction can be something that's super helpful. And then we're keeping that arm really close to the body. We're not allowing it to travel out to the side. So it's staying nice and close and keeping that shoulder back and down. With the kneeling cable row, it is unilateral. So we're working one side of the body at a time. And we want to work anywhere between like 8 and 15 reps, kind of depending on where you are and what you are wanting to be training for.
This is one of my favorite exercises. It's a single arm unilateral cable row. And what we're doing here is we're setting up so that our chest, our body, torso is at an angle. And we have the non-working shoulder angled towards that cable. And then the working arm, we're keeping that shoulder stable. So we don't want our shoulder rolling forwards. We don't want that shoulder rolling up. We're extending the arm to where the load is on the lat. We're not stretching it out. We're just loading the lat. And then we're bringing it back and leaning into that contraction just a little bit. So it's almost like a little bit of a side crunch. So we want to ensure that we're not stretching that lat out. We're keeping the load on the lat. And then as you pull that cable back, you're leaning in, almost doing like a side crunch on the side that's working. So you should feel this on the entire lat, like the entire thickness of the lat from the outer edge of the rib cage all the way to the spine. It should all be working. You should feel the blood flowing and you should really, really feel this on the back.
From there, we move to the assisted pull-up. If you do not know how to do a pull-up or lack the strength to do a pull-up, the assisted machine is a great tool. So with the assisted machine, the weight that you have loaded onto the machine is going to be a counterweight. So you're thereby lifting less of your own weight, which is going to make the exercise a little bit easier. And then each week as you go in and practice, you want to be continually lowering the weight that you are putting on the machine so that you are lifting more and more of your own weight. With the assisted pull-up, because it is an assist machine, you can work higher reps, probably safely, anywhere from 10 to 15. And again, we really want to work to reduce the load that we have on the assist part so that we can be using more of our own body weight.
So this is an assisted pull-up. With the assisted pull-up, the weight that we have loaded onto the machine is functioning as a counterweight. So you're pulling your weight minus the weight that is on the machine. It's not adding weight. This makes the exercise easier and can be a great tool when you're learning to do the pull-up. So from here, we're starting in the bottom position. Set the shoulders back, get those scapula on the rib cage, and then you're going to contract the back muscles to pull yourself up. Using a thumbless grip and really focusing on gripping through the outer edge of the hand will help recruit more lats. You want to look up, keep your chest up. You're pulling up using the back muscles and controlling the motion on the way down. You can also use breath work to assist you here. You'd inhale at the bottom and then exhale as you pull yourself up to the top. There's a lot of core and core stability in this exercise, but you should feel it all down the whole back side of the body, the lats, around the shoulder blades. You should not feel this in your traps. So here again, you can see the weight stack. The more weight you put on this machine, the less of your own body weight you're using.
And from there, we'll move over to a dumbbell row. So a dumbbell row is going to be single arm again, so working one side of the body at a time. The dumbbell row has a lot of core in it. If you haven't done that before, so we have to keep our chest, like I said, anchored towards the floor. We're not coming up to the side, we're just staying down, right? And with that, it comes a lot of core strength. So we're working one side of the body. Again, that arm's gonna stand nice and close. We're coming back towards the hip. We don't wanna be just like shrugging the weight. We're bringing the weight back and down, kind of in a, well, they say it's a J shape. And with that, we are really targeting, again, the lats, the back side of the body, the muscles on our back that protect our spine. So single arm here, one side at a time. You don't really need to rest in between sides unless you're moving really heavy weight. But again, rows, working anywhere 8 to 12 reps on those. And with all the back exercises that we went over today, I think we did 5. So probably keeping sets around 3 sets and working in the rep range that you choose that is appropriate for you.
This is our single arm or unilateral dumbbell row. So we're working just one side of the body here. You want to set up, get the knee under the hip, foot under the other hip. You're going to have a supporting hand on the bench. Now, it is important to note here that as we are pulling this weight up, we're really keeping our core stable and we're trying not to twist. So grab the weight, make sure your grip is firm. You can use wraps. You're going to pull that weight back towards your hip. We're trying very hard not to twist the upper body. You're pulling it back and towards the hip. So you're going to feel this all the way down the whole side body. You might feel it a little bit in the back of the shoulder and you may feel it a little bit in the biceps, but really we want that whole lat working. And the best way it's going to work is to keep our back flat, nice and straight, and keep our chest facing the floor as best as we can. Keep that core really tight as you move through this exercise.
From there, we'll move over to the single arm high pull. So this is an exercise that again is targeting the lats, so you bring the weight in and really contracting down the back. With all back exercises, you should never feel them in your spine. You should only feel the lats and the erectors working, the muscles on the back of the shoulders. So with the high pull, it's a good tool to be able to, again, progressively overload. You're in a machine, so it's pretty safe. There's no variables of injury are low. So again, we want to work 8 to 15 reps per side. When you hit 15, you do want to increase the weight so that you're, again, progressively overloading, working to build that muscle.
So this is our unilateral single arm high pull. So with this particular exercise, we want an underhand grip. So palm is facing up. You want to keep your chest anchored to that chest pad. And you're going to use the feet to brace you so that we're not leaning back. As you're pulling this back, you're keeping your arm close into your side body and not allowing that elbow to travel back. We're keeping this movement really nice and tight, really nice and controlled so that we're keeping the tension, the load on the lat for the entire exercise. You don't want to feel stretch so much in this. We just want to feel load on that lat right there as we drive that elbow back. Good. You should feel like you're keeping almost like the elbow, the inner arm is scraping the side body. You're keeping that chest upright, and we're going to use the breath here as well. So we inhale, and then exhale. You can use the other arm to keep you anchored, and that's going to be super important as you move up in weight so that we're not twisting and we're not turning.
And that is the end of today's back workout. I hope that you liked it. If you didn't, let me know. If you did, let me know as well. I'd love to know. But be sure to like and subscribe so that you can stay tuned and up to date with workouts and recipes and podcast guests, special trainings. All right, see you soon.